All right, good evening, everybody. Today is April 14th, and I was thinking about the Second Amendment, just some of my thoughts about that. Um, I looked it up, and so I'm going to read off, when was it passed, and what how it's read in the Constitution, and then there's some thoughts on that. Um, but before I do that, what I want to do is I want to play a video um, of Joe Biden, the so-called President of the United States, and what he has to say about not only the Second Amendment, but everything in the Constitution, all of our rights. So let's play that first.
Nothing I'm about to recommend in any way impinges on the Second Amendment. They're phony arguments suggesting that these are Second Amendment rights at stake with what we're talking about. But no amendment to the Constitution is absolute. You can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. You call it freedom of speech. From the very beginning, you couldn't own any weapon you wanted to own. From the very beginning that the Second Amendment existed, certain people weren't allowed to have weapons. So the idea is just bizarre to suggest that some of the things we're recommending are contrary to the Constitution.
All right, so now that we have that, the Second Amendment, from what I researched, it was passed by Congress on September 25th, 1789. It was ratified on December 15th, 1791. And this is how it reads. It says, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." So I went and I looked up what infringed means. Okay, and to infringe means to actively break the terms of a law or an agreement. It also means it's an act, it is to act so as to limit or undermine something, to encroach upon it, or to violate it. Okay, so according to the Constitution, it basically says that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be violated or limited. Okay, that's what infringed means. You can't mess with it. Okay, they've been messing with it every chance they get. As far as what you can have, what you can't have, how big are magazines. Now, I understand that the founding fathers could not see as far into the future as now to see, the type of weapons that we have created. But it didn't matter. The thought process behind it was that they weren't gonna disarm, the people weren't gonna be disarmed, so they could not protect themselves or protect the country, including protecting themselves against the country, against the government. Government gets too big. History shows that they use the military to go against the people. I think one of the reasons why other countries don't even think about trying to come over and invade the United States, besides the fact that we have the baddest of the bad military-wise, is that there are too many armed civilians that are willing to take up arms and fight for their loved ones and for their country. Okay, there's millions upon millions of patriots. Okay, so I don't think that they should be doing anything to take away make any kind of laws about what we can and we can't do. This, what are they calling it? The red flag, where somebody can make a claim about you and they come in, they start taking your stuff away right away. That a doctor or a therapist or somebody can just come in and say something and take away one of your constitutional rights. What? It shall not be infringed. Okay? You can't violate that part of the Constitution. That's what it says. Don't mess with them, you know? Now, on the second hand, I mean, if you got some kind of crazy person that's out wanting to kill everybody, I mean, I certainly don't want them to have a firearm, but there has to be some kind of a lengthy process to figure that out, not just somebody makes a claim and it just happens. Your neighbor don't like you, knows you're a hunter, so, says, something stupid, you're out, you were pointing a gun at him. Next thing you know, the law is over there trying to take your guns away. I don't know if that's what that means, but it seems like we're heading down that road. The Democrats, they feel like they have the power, and they are pushing it as fast and as far as they can. They are not waiting. They don't want no bipartisan support. They're changing the meaning of that. They do not care. They're right out there in your face. They feel like they can't be stopped. They're all powerful. So they're gonna go after them guns. They're already doing the stuff with the First Amendment. They're backing criminals over law enforcement. They're trying to make law-abiding citizens criminals by some of these things that they're doing with the Second Amendment. And they're also talking about packing the courts. If they pack the courts, and if things don't change, which I believe they are going to change. I don't think Biden is he's not legit. He ain't going to be there for very long. But man, they're trying to push some stuff. And if something doesn't happen, they have the House, they have the Senate. Pretty soon, if they're allowed, they're going to pack the courts, and there will be no more law and order. It'll be whatever they want. There ain't going to be no more free and fair elections. I talked about that in one of my previous videos. They learned how to cheat. They're going to do it every time, because who's there to stop them now? They are in charge of the Department of Justice and all these different agencies. So I see nothing but bad times unless somebody steps in and does what this country needs us to do. And of course I think it's all being done by God in God's timing. I wanted this stuff to happen a long time ago, but that's just not in the cards. I don't every day when I'm talking to my dad, I kind of start off, all right, another day of nothing, and I'm just waiting for that day where everything goes crazy and things are changing and people that need to go to jail are going to jail. And I look forward to being excited and scared all at the same time and watching this country get back to where it needs to be and get back on the right track, because we got the bad guys they're behind the wheel, and if we don't stop them, they're going to crash this thing. Try to kill us all. Anyways, just some of my thoughts. This videotaping yourself is not an easy thing to do. It's not easy trying to make a coherent argument about something. To give your thoughts, on what you think. But doing my best. I mean, I can only get better. So thank you for watching. If you do watch, and next time the urge hits that I want to sit down and put my thoughts on video, I'll see you then. Thanks.